to dress like a, they don't want you to tell me they're attractive when they got older. But baby, what you see is what you get. That's it. You get older, baby, you're not attractive no more. You don't see when you get older how people flirt with you when you get older, no. But when you 18, 20, all of them in school after you, but when you get in your 30s, you start losing your attractive. You see what I'm talking about? When you, hey man, what's wrong, sister? What you? Well, I mean, it's the truth. You just not attractive no more. You don't got older. You got to live up to it. I mean, life brought that. Your husband got to worry about you. You ain't got to worry about him. But you got to watch still, though. Because white hairs everywhere. Yes, I did. White hairs everywhere. Do you see what I'm talking about? Amen. But, I mean, you got to watch whether you're young, or old. But I never have to go to God. When I in the health club or in the church or whatever, because it's nothing affects me. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, I know how to conduct myself. I know how to carry myself. If there was a problem, I would know who to bring it to. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, it wouldn't be no sin because I hadn't conceived to it. But I don't want it to follow me. I don't want to lay down them thinking about it. I don't want it in my mind. This is why I'm telling y'all there's a problem there. Carry to God in prayer. That's what prayer is for, baby. It's not for you to fantasize over it. It's not for you to keep thinking over it because they're going to start bringing in adultery. You see what I'm talking about? Amen. Pastor, I got lust toward you. Well, you're a sinner then, I guess. You was in adultery in your mind. Yeah. So you want to go to God. You want to go to God and get rid of that. You see what I'm talking about? And if you didn't go to God, you still got it. Prophet, that long since 1994? What did Jesus ask the man? How long was this in this child? He said from a child. How long was this child like this from a child up? You see what I'm talking about? Amen. Look, let me explain something to you here. Amen. This is why here that we have to pray over our mind. Not only because of anger, not only because of thinking evil toward people, got to pray over that too. Even though it may not be another man, it might be you being a woman, it be another woman. You don't keep that in your mind. You pray over that in your mind. Carry to God. I wonder is every man like me? Could every man in this church say that they didn't have to pray over nothing in their mind concerning a woman? Yeah, concerning a woman. I mean, how many can say that? Gonna be a what, brother? Yeah, I understand, brother. You, amen. You speaking for yourself or others? You see what I'm talking about? How about y'all women? You never had to pray for no man in your mind. And how about a woman? How about a man? Somebody ain't telling the truth, brother. Bridget, somebody ain't telling the truth. Oh, we human. Yeah, so evidently it didn't happen somewhere. Never have. You're going to leave this one alone. Okay, we'll leave that one alone. All right, we'll leave it alone. It's good with you? Okay, it's good. What do that mean? So you done grew up. I got you, sister. That's a good way to put it. You all right, sister? Okay. All right. Huh?
I ain't never had a problem.
Never had a problem?
I ain't never had to go to God about no man in my mind. No woman either. Nothing. Not at all.
I'm your only love. I'm your first love and your only love.
Let me fascinate, dream, whatever I want to do with you. Yeah.
Ain't the Lord good?
Real good. Real good. Real good. Yeah.
Come on, give me a thumb up, brother. There you go. You ever had to go to God in prayer about anything? I mean, we'll leave it alone. All right, that's false stuff. I understand what you're saying. You ain't speaking plainly. Well, okay, I understand what you're saying. I get you. Okay, all right, amen. Look, it's no sin to it. If anything, it would be an act of healing.
Yeah, go ahead, teacher.
Everybody's not like me.
No, they're not. And I don't have the same mind like that. No.
You see what I'm talking about? The devil might be fighting you with a man on your job in the church, maybe fighting you and your man with pornography. It may be fighting you with a woman.
You never know.
So you never know. Maybe fighting you with anger and malice toward this sister here. This is why constantly you ought to pray over your mind. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. There's no person, or whether lust, anger, malice, I have to pray over. But yet every day I still pray over my mind that God help me to keep it clean. Keep my mind pure. Because the Bible said in Philippians 4:1, whatsoever is pure, virtuous, that think on these things. Now, let me say this. What you said was right. We're human. Everybody in this church, something came in their mind. Now, whether it stayed, we don't know. Yeah. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, the church of Ephesus, like it was clean in front of John on the Isle of Patmos.
That's right, but they was.
Well, you hear what he told them?
Yes, I did.
He says, although you say are you preaching now? You see what I'm talking about? So we could see what all prayer can do. Now, let me say this here. Get ready to end this, but we would have a part 2. Because there's other things. I have to go into the scriptures. I have to go into the scriptures to show you through the word of what prayer could do and what prayer have done and what these apostles and prophets said what prayer will do if you pray in the faith and pray in righteousness. Also, we have to go in the scriptures and break down the prayer that God would hear. God don't hear every prayer. And it's not that God is respectful of a person. It's because of the intent of a person's heart. Yes. Or their faith or unbelief. Don't you see what I'm talking about? So we have to have a part two. I know that we got a program Friday, so this may have to recover back Wednesday with a part two concerning prayer. You need the knowledge of it. Let me explain something to you here. Anything you are doing every day and a couple of times a day, you need the knowledge of it. You need the knowledge of it. Because if you don't have the knowledge of it, Satan will make you stop praying. Or he would have you start missing days of prayer. Or he will start having you praying and you'll be bored. You end up going to sleep while you're praying. It becomes bored to you. Or have you not even want to pray. Because you don't have no knowledge of prayer. And this is why that we teaching to bring out what all prayer does and the knowledge of prayer so you could know the importance of prayer and why we must pray every day and why we must pray a couple of times a day. We broke down to keep you clean. It's saved, the man, it's a weapon, and healing and deliver. Look at all of those. And we're going to be going to the scriptures concerning prayer. There's a lot of things here that I do have to pray over me and pray concerning me. Even though I'm a prophet, I'm yet human, I'm yet flesh and blood. But I stress the fact that it's not a woman, it's not a man, it's not hate or malice. It's other things that I have to keep up before God. But I don't want you to think it's no woman. No. You see what I'm talking about? I'm more stronger than that. You never have to worry about your pastor with a woman or with a man. You don't have to worry about that. Do you see what I'm talking about? I have been tried in those areas. I have been tempted even when the devil seen I wasn't with co-pastor. Trying to with younger ones. You see what, all right, you know the older one is not, the older one is not, what you call it, attractive no more. So let me try you with a young one. It didn't work. I didn't carry her to God. Didn't need to. Neither one. You see what I'm talking about? Amen. So there's no problem there. But yet there was other things in my life with my ways and my anger and other things that I had to pray concerning probably my mind and concerning, do you see what I'm saying? But it never been with no person. Do you see what I'm talking about? Never been with no homosexual or anything like that. Amen. Another man never could told me nothing. I'm 100% man. From the time I started dating, I was dating women. Since I was a little boy. Since I knew what dating was. I had my first liking toward a girl at 13.
Yeah, that's what you said.
But all of them was older than me. I didn't understand that. I didn't like girls my age. I never liked a girl 13. The girls I was liking was 21 and 18. Yeah, and I was 13. Well, I know I was having fantasy toward that. That was what?
That's what that was.
Yeah,
Andy, all of that.
yeah. I was 13 years old. This girl had to be about 20, and she was liking the pastor's son in the church, and I was liking her. I was going down there to see her, bring her candy. And I was coming, and the boy, her boyfriend got threatened toward me. I was only 13 years old. Now, the youngest girl, I was about 14 years old in the church I was in. I was about 14 years old, and I did have a crush on this little girl that stayed in the projects, but her mother was in the church too. And she had the girl had to have been about, I was 13, she probably was about 15. That's about the youngest I had. And then when I got a little older, and I started dating these girls in my school, amen, I guess I was, I started going younger then, because I was about 18, and she was 16, but she didn't look it. She didn't look it at all, like she was about 25. No, she was black with pink lips and had a nice fro, and yeah, but you know, it just kind of, it was you know. Then I met y'all first lady.
Thank God for that.
And but I mean, I'm showing you from the beginning. I saw myself straight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I dated girls.
Yeah.
And I met co-pastor, and I think when I dated you, I had another girlfriend. I was coming from my house, and she was about 15, and I was 18. Mm-hmm. She was 15. When I met you, you was 15. Mm-hmm. And then I went back old again. I was 20. This girl had to have been about 38. What's wrong with that? You worked your sword up? Yeah, I was 20. She about, but I wasn't married to co-pastor. We was getting ready to shack. Co-pastor know this girl I was dating. I was about, how old when we started shacking? 20? Mm-hmm. This girl was about 38 years old. And she would come over my house, and I would, you know, I was like her son. I would lay across her lap and everything.
She's a grandmama.
Great. Said, probably it's time to go home. Okay, but, yeah, I mean, but, you know, when you start young, you just go all over the numbers. You go, you know, and until I got married, and I, you know, slowed down. But once I got saved, I didn't have to. That was delivered. You know, no, all that happened before I got saved. When I got saved, no woman had to pray for. No woman had to pray for. No. I never had to carry a woman in my mind to God. No. And I had to ask God to deliver me from.
Not at all.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
But just in case, if y'all do not run around the church. People's going to label you. They'll label you as a whoremonger. They'll label you as you ain't saved. And God can look at you, you still saved. You just need help in that area. God bless everybody. All right, WYCA Channel 62.